Hey, what is up, everybody? It's your boy Lucky once again. Welcome to Lucky XDP, and I have a review for you tonight. I went and saw M. Night Shyamalan's Trap starring Josh Hartnett. Now, where do I begin with this film? So, the first 50 minutes of this film is like a 9 out of 10. I absolutely loved the set design. I loved Josh Hartnett as the serial killer, and I found it thought-provoking, right? Because we open up with them, Josh Hartnett and Riley, his daughter, on their way to the concert to go see Riley's favorite artist, Lady Raven, and we get this really cool like father-daughter moments where he puts her on her shoulder and they get to see Lady Raven come out of the trailer, and everything's very normal, everything a-okay. Now, when we get to the concert itself, they have floor seats, so they're fairly close to Lady Raven throughout this film, and Josh Hartnett, let me just say, he carried this film to the best of his ability. I feel like Josh's character was uneasy. This movie wasn't really scary. There was no jump scares. There was nothing crazy. It wasn't exactly horror. It was more so the thriller route. But Josh Hartnett's character in this carried it. Absolutely killed it. He is the butcher, and throughout this first 45 to 50 minutes, we get to see a lot of like unique scenes where he is going around the entirety of this arena and he's trying to look for a way out. He finds out that a profiler from the FBI is looking for him, and it gives off this very like, what's going to happen next vibe. Are they going to catch him? What's it going to look like when they catch him? Because if you watch any Criminal Minds, any NCIS, anything like that, you'll understand that oftentimes these serial killers, they don't go quietly. So I was really interested to see the buildup and see kind of how this all plays out, and he does a fantastic job of it, and M. Night Shyamalan does a fantastic job of building that uneasiness and that what's going to happen, because there's a couple scenes where he asks the guy who's selling the t-shirts, you know, hey, what's up with all this guards and extra police officers around, and he lets him in on the secret. He goes through like a debriefing for the cop, trying to figure stuff out, trying to look for an exit, plays along really well, and throughout this thing it's just like, man, the last 40 minutes was terrible, because what M. Night decided to do was he decided to use this movie to help promote his daughter, Salit Shyamalan, I believe, her music career. Now, what I will say is she is a fantastic artist. I loved her voice in this movie. It was really cool to see her perform, especially, you know, in an arena like this, whether or not they're extras or not. I thought she really did a good job for me. It was when M. Night Shyamalan decided to put her at the forefront late in this film and go away from the father trying to figure out how to escape while also not letting his daughter in on the secret, and they went this route of like, he tells her abruptly, and he tells Lady Raven abruptly that he is the serial killer and that she has to do this and this, or else she's gonna kill the guy who's stuck in a basement. And it just wasn't hitting. He escaped the cops several times throughout the last 35-40 minutes, and at the end he really ended up escaping the cops once again. So it's like, I could see a sequel happening, but from that ending I don't really feel like there's much to go off of. He kind of just turns into this like insane otherworldly being for the last 45 minutes of this film, and it goes away from that tone of serial killer trap. This was a setup inside this arena, and it takes a turn to where they're at the house and he is just kind of like monologuing why he does what he does while he's escaping the police over and over again. There's this one scene where he's in the limousine with Lady Raven, and there's this crowd of people, and she just like, she escapes from the limousine, and I'm thinking, this is it, this is how he gets caught. And it's not how he gets caught. He just is able to take off all the police gear in like a split second and disappear into the crowd with a hoodie on. That kind of stuff just pulls me out of that thriller. So for me, the final score of Trap will be, I'd say, a 6 out of 10. I do think Josh Hartnett once again did an amazing job, especially for the first 3/5 of this movie, maybe half of this movie. Outside of that, guys, I'm sad to say that M. Night Shyamalan felt a tad short on the back end of this film, but remember to de-stress, progress, and let your mind rest. This is Lucky, signing off.